Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, and stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star-Spangled Banner. I was first flown at Valley Forge, then Gettysburg, and Appomattox. I was hoisted high on the hill of San Juan and soared over the trenches of the Argonne. I gave inspiration to the beaches of Normandy and Okinawa, to the plains of Korea and the rice paddies of Vietnam. I brought relief to the mountains of Kosovo and the deserts of the Middle East. In these far-flung places, I have been torn into strips and used as bandages for my wounded on the battlefield and at sea. I have been burned, soiled, and trampled on the streets of the countries I have helped set free. And sadly, I have been burned, soiled, and trampled on the streets of my country, of people who are free. But I persevere. I am visible in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over the institutions of learning. I've broken the bonds of earth and stand watch over the uncharted frontiers of space. I am also raised to half-mast to honor my fallen comrades, and I lie folded in the trembling arms of grieving parents. Bowing to no other, I stand for peace, honor, liberty, and justice. I am proud to have borne silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but wave confidently knowing that my finest hours are yet to come. For those honoring me now, please continue to honor me in your hearts, minds, and actions long after this moment. Remember always, as a beacon of hope, I am the flag of the United States of America.
Please put your right hand over your hearts and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the Department of Defense Education Activities Heidelberg American High School commencement ceremony for the class of 2004. I would like to introduce to you Mr. Gene Knudsen, the Assistant Superintendent of the Heidelberg School District. Mr. Ron Mueller, the PTSO President. Dr. Doris Brody, stand please, and Mrs. Phyllis Carlin, both stand please. Assistant Principals for Heidelberg High School. Lieutenant Colonel Diane Vanderpot and her spouse, BSB Commander. And we have special guest, Lieutenant General Ricardo S. Sanchez and his wife. And to the soldiers who are deployed and put themselves in harm's way day in and day out, we want to say thank you. To the audience, we would like to inform you that we are airing a live broadcast of this evening's graduation. I would also like to pay special recognition to Mr. Claude Wesley of the 43rd Signal and Ms. Jan Frudiker for working with us on this program. Also, there will be a pyrotechnic firework program at the end of our program this evening. Now, to the class of 2004. To the staff of Heidelberg High School, Kylie once said, "A leader is anyone who has two characteristics. First, he is going someplace. Second, he is able to persuade people to go with him." Look at the class of 2004. See where you have persuaded them to go. We say thanks to you. To the parents of the class of 2004, I can say your moment too has come too fast. I attended my daughter's graduation from college about a month ago. Having attended the graduation, you realize that the time passed from diapers to today's graduation come faster. I heard Madeleine Albright say, "Your emotions are mixed. You feel a little sad, a little relieved, a little astonished, and you are totally proud." To the students, I congratulate you. When you see your parents tonight, remember, John F. Kennedy once said, "Up to those much is given, much is required." I was getting emails this week from parents downrange, and I received an email from one of the fathers, and this is what he had to say about his child. When your children are growing up and challenging your patience, you never know how much you will miss them when they grow up and go out on their own. Now, I was talking to a student that's in this class now last year who was struggling, who didn't know which way they were going. But at the end of last year, that student said to me, "Mrs. Granger, I'm going to change my ways. I'm coming to school. I'm going to be standing before you with the class of 2004. And that student knows who she is. And I am very proud of all the students. But for that student, she made her commitment. And she's sitting here today. It is important that you see the landscape of your life as an ever-evolving scene. Pay attention to the changes you are about to make. Graduation is just one of the milestones of life, the others being birth, marriage, death, and when you're finally out on your own and you can pay your own bills. As you continue your destiny, remember that every dream will not come true. Albright said, "Learn that the investment of energy, gaining of experience, and the application of knowledge is empowering. Your parents and teachers have empowered you. You make sure you empower others. I close with a quote from Oliver Wendell Holmes. The greatest thing in the world is not where you stand, but it's in the direction in which you are moving. Much success to you, Class 2004.
Now allow me to introduce Ms. Megan Brousseau with a salutatorian address.
Mr. Ron Mueller, president of the PTSO, will present a gift to Ms. Megan Brousseau.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor and a privilege to be here to recognize the number 1 and number 2 graduates of this great class of 2004. First and foremost, to Megan Brousseau, whose name I've heard many, many times over the last couple of weeks. Congratulations.
Good evening, honored guests, faculty, families, but most importantly, the class of 2004. At 4 o'clock this past Thursday afternoon, I was told that I was the 2004 salutatorian and that I had 2 days to prepare a 3-minute speech covering the last 18 years of our lives. I work well under pressure, but even this proved to be an especially challenging assignment. After some thought, I decided to talk about something we have all shared throughout our lives: voices. The voices of our parents, friends, and teachers have helped mold us into the young adults we are today. Our parents' voices were the very first ones we heard. When we were toddlers, they warned us not to color on the walls and not to eat worms. And now, they warn us not to miss curfew and to keep our rooms clean. Their voices can take away allowances, but more often, offer loving words of encouragement. Our friends' voices have also helped shape our character. In preschool, we shared paint and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. As teens, we share our deepest secrets and fears. As kids, we talked over warm cookies and a glass of milk. Today, we laugh over chicken wings and a 6-pack of Coke. Our teachers taught us to read and respond to literature ranging from Dr. Seuss to Chaucer. From them, we learned more than just facts found in books. They taught us to think, experiment, dream, and discover. In their classrooms, we learned to be a team, and we learned to be the leaders. As we grew up, our parents said, aim higher. Our teacher said, study harder. Our coaches said, come on, dig deeper. And our friends said, let's go get some pizza. Today is a day of transition for us, a day of new beginnings, a day when we will begin to listen to many new voices. There is one voice, however, that we must never ignore. The poet, Shel Silverstein, says it well in one of his lyrics titled, appropriately, The Voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long, I feel that this is right for me, I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. So now, class of 2004, I challenge you to listen to the voice inside of you. Let past experiences, mistakes, and voices be your guide, but choose the best path for yourself. Trust